Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming. Welcome to the meeting, to the Hialeah Council meeting of March 24th, 2026, our regularly scheduled 5:30 council meeting. I will call the meeting to order at exactly 5:30. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Mr. Zogby,
Present.
Ms. De La Vega,
Present.
Mr. Gonzalez, Mr. Marrero,
Present.
Ms. G. Perez, Ms. M. Perez.
Present.
Mr. President, you have enough members to conduct business.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, can you please read the meeting guidelines?
The following guidelines have been established by the City Council. All lobbyists must register with the City Clerk. As a courtesy to others, please refrain from using cellular telephones or other similar electronic devices in the council chamber. A maximum of 3 speakers in favor and 3 speakers in opposition will be allowed to address the council on any one item. Each speaker's comments will be limited to 3 minutes. No signs or placards in support of or in opposition to an item or speaker shall be permitted within the council chamber. Any person interested in making comments or posing questions on matters of public concern or on any item on the agenda may do so during the meeting. Members of the public may address the City Council on any one item pertaining to city business during the comments and questions portion of the meeting. A member of the public is limited to 1 appearance before the City Council, and the speaker's comments will be limited to 3 minutes. Individuals should be respectful of the elected officials and staff and make every effort to speak with a moderate tone using appropriate language and avoiding personal attacks. Members of the public and the audience shall refrain from shouting or making remarks from their seats to the mayor, council members, or staff sitting on the dais. The public can view public meetings on the city's YouTube page.
Thank you. Item 4, section 4 is comments and questions from the public. Comments and questions. Do we have any registered speakers for the 5:30 meeting? Madam Deputy Clerk?
I'm not sure if this is the doctor, but Stanley Young.
Hello. Name and address for the record, if you'd be so kind, sir.
My name is,
Okay.
my name is Chaplain Stanley Young. I am a chaplain here in Miami-Dade County. Have been a chaplain for over 36 years in 3 states.
You have to have 3 minutes, sir. I'm sorry for interrupting you. So
Okay.
you can take up to 3 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
Go on,
I can
sir.
lock it in 3 minutes, Chair.
Go-
I want to thank you, Chair, Commissioners, and all those who are serving here in Miami-Dade County and the famous Hialeah. My name is once again Chaplain Young. I chair a organization called Freedom Prison and Jail Ministry, which we assist inmates that are coming out of prisons and jails into your city, into your area. I also assist homeless people that are in the Miami-Dade County, which serves Hialeah. And after over several years here in Miami-Dade County, I have discovered all your homeless shelters are located in Overtown. All your treatment centers are loaded in Overtown. All your help for the poor and those who are disenfranchised here in Miami-Dade County, all serving in and out of Overtown. I have no idea why that is so, since Hialeah has a great population that I have found, that I have been in contact with, that are homeless or getting out of prison, are from Hialeah. I visit a park today. It was called the Cuban Culture in Exile Heritage Park, that highlights a lot of your heroes and heroines that has paved the way for you to sit there. There are also some heroes and heroines that I meet every day. Every day I walk the streets of Miami-Dade County. to try to give a voice to those who are homeless in your area and in Miami-Dade County. About 3 weeks ago, I come up on an encampment inside of the woods. I saw a tent, and I called for the person coming out of the tent to come out of the tent. And here comes a little 4 feet Spanish lady, 6 months pregnant, coming out of a tent. I can't tell you how much that made my day very, very worse. I'll leave you with that. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you, sir. My bad. For the record, can you just state your address? Give me an address.
My address, like I said, I serve all of
Yes,
Miami-Dade
Chaplain.
County,
Thank you.
but my address, my office is just shy of Hialeah. It's on 36th Street. It's northwest.
What's the number, the exact
the
number?
3645 Northwest 36th Street.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
That's enough.
You have a great night.
Thank you.
Thank
God
you,
bless.
sir. Do we have any other, does anyone know of any other speaker?
No
Any other comments?
registered speaker, sir.
No. Thank you. Moving on to administrative items. Madam Clerk, can you please read item A?
If I may announce a correction.
Corrections to the agenda, please.
Zoning item 8G is postponed per the applicant's request until the city council meeting of April 14th, 2026.
And was there another one, G? Not yet. No.
Yeah.
G? I think this was first one. G. That doesn't get announced?
G. Yeah, I said 8G. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's right. That was the other one was already postponed. Never mind. Ordinance, can you please read ordinance item A, 5A into the record? Second
reading and public hearing of proposed ordinance repealing and rescinding Hialeah Ordinance Number 2007-023, attached hereto as Exhibit A, approving a variance of a parking requirements for the property located at 550 West 84th Street, Hialeah zoned M1 Industrial District, authorizing the release of the declaration of restrictive covenants recorded in the official records book 25445, page 2153 of the public records of Miami-Dade County, Florida, repealing all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith, providing for a severability clause and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Item A, 5A is on second reading, open for public discussion. Either from the dais or from the public, otherwise pleasure of the council. Motion from Councilman Luis Gonzalez, second from, is that you, sir? Second from Councilman Willie Marrero. Please call the roll.
Ms. De La Vega?
Yes.
Ms. M. Perez?
Yes.
Mr. Zogby?
Yes.
Mr. Marrero?
Yes.
Ms. G. Perez? Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes.
Motion carries. The item is approved.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, please read item B, 5B into the record.
Second reading and public hearing of proposed ordinance amending Chapter 2 entitled Administration, Article 2, entitled Department Offices and Divisions, Division 6 entitled Public Works Department, Division 10 entitled Community Development Department, Division 11 entitled Streets Department, Division 14 entitled Construction and Maintenance Department, Division 15 entitled Fleet Department of the Code of Ordinance of the City of Hialeah, specifically by 1, collapsing the Public Works Department, the Streets Department, the Construction and Maintenance Department, and the Fleet Department into a newly created department entitled Infrastructure and Asset Management Department. 2, renaming the Community Development Director to Chief Development Officer. And 3, creating a transit section within the Planning Division, providing for a severability clause, repealing all ordinances in conflict herewith, and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Item B, 5B is on second reading, open for public discussion. Having none or discussion from the dais, otherwise pleasure of the council.
Motion. Second.
Motion from Councilman Willie Marrero, a second from Council Vice President Melinda De La Vega. Please call the roll.
Ms. M. Perez?
Yes.
Mr. Zogby?
Yes.
Mr. Marrero?
Yes.
Ms. G. Perez?
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes.
Ms. De La Vega?
Yes.
Motion carries. The item is approved.
Okay, that concludes the administrative section. Okay, thank you. We'll see you in a little bit, Mayor. After this meeting, everybody, Mylander, the field for the rally. Mayor's getting a head start. Okay. let's move on to zoning so we can get out there.
Well,
Zoning, can you please administer the oath, Madam? Deputy?
will those persons who will be testifying on an item, please stand and raise your right hand.
Las personas que quisieran prestar sus opiniones delante de esta junta, por favor póngase de pie y alce la mano derecha.
Do you swear or affirm that the evidence you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? If so, say I do.
¿Usted jura o afirma que el testimonio que va a dar será la verdad, toda la verdad y únicamente la verdad y que Dios sea su testigo? Por favor, diga que sí si la respuesta es afirmativa.
Let the record reflect that all have responded in the affirmative.
En el archivo público constará que todos han respondido afirmativamente.
I'm concentrating on that other thing. All right, item 7, final decisions. Madam Clerk, could you please read, Deputy Clerk, can you please read item 7A into the record?
Proposed resolution affirming final decision number 2026-06 of the Planning and Zoning Board, granting a rear setback of 10.3 feet where 20 feet are required for the property located at 190 West 53rd Street, Hialeah zoned R1, one family district, providing for conditions, enforcement of conditions, and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Zoning item 7A is a final resolution.
No, a
The-
final decision,
Final decision. I was checking to see if you were alert, Frankie.
not much.
Frankie, did you want to speak on this?
No,
Okay, so stand by. It's this one. Thought you were taking mine too. Go ahead. Pleasure of the council or any questions for the lobbyist? Motion to approve from Councilman Luis Gonzalez. Second from Councilman Willie Marrero. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Zogby,
Yes.
Mr. Marrero,
Yes.
Ms. G. Perez, Mr. Gonzalez,
Yes.
Ms. De La Vega,
Yes.
Ms. M. Perez. Motion carries. The item is approved.
thank you.
Thank you, Frank. I'll see it, my lander. Okay. Zoning item. Zoning item. 8B, right?
Second reading and public hearing of proposed ordinance granting a conditional use permit pursuant to Hialeah Code of Ordinance, Section 98-181, to allow the operation of a vocational and technical school, granting variances to allow 54 parking spaces where 121 parking spaces are required. 2, 6.84% pervious area where 10% is required. 3, a partial waiver of the minimum landscape requirement through the landscape mitigation pursuant to Section 2235 of the city code, and 4, a 0-foot landscape buffer between off-street parking area and the right-of-way along West 83rd Street and West 84th Street, where the minimum 7-foot landscape buffer is required, all in contrast to Hialeah Code of Ordinance, Section 98-2189, subsection 9, and the Hialeah Landscape Manual updated July 2025, sections E and D, entitled Tree Non-Requirements by Zoning Classifications, Shrubs, Vines, Grounds, Covers, Mulch, Buffers, Plants, Quality, Stormwater Retention, Detention Areas, Native Species, Landscapes Recertification, and Landscape Mitigation. Property located at 550 West 84th Street, Hialeah Zone M1 Industrial District, and legally described herein. Repealing all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith, providing penalties for violation hereof, providing for a severability clause, and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. This item is on second reading, open for public discussion. If there's nobody here for that, would you like to wait and see if anybody has a question before I have you formally identify yourself, Javi? Does anybody have any?
Sure, I just want
questions?
to address an issue. that
Oh,
was
go ahead.
asked
Name and
about.
address for the record.
I'll be
yes.
very quick. Javi
Thank
Vasquez, 600 Brickell Avenue, here on behalf of the applicant. I just want to state that at the hearing last time, certain concerns were raised regarding potential parking in the right of way. A request was made for curbing along the areas in the front as well as additional landscaping. And I wanted to let the council know that revised plans have been submitted. Our architect met with Claudia, and that a placard system has been established for students to place a cardboard placard in their cars to make sure that there's no issues with parking in the right of way. And a declaration of restrictions was put in place that makes sure that everybody understands that any occurrence of parking in the right of way would be treated as a code enforcement as it relates to the property. And we've got all that in place. I just gave your legal counsel all of our originals. And having said that, I will respectfully close.
Thank you. Any questions from anyone from Javi? For Javi? Otherwise, pleasure of the council.
Motion.
Motion from Councilman Luis Gonzalez.
Second.
Second from Councilman Willie Marrero. Madam Deputy Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Zogby,
Yes.
Mr. Marrero,
Yes.
Ms. G. Perez, Mr. Gonzalez, Ms. De La Vega,
Yes.
Ms. M. Perez.
Yes.
Motion carries. The item is approved.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you, you too, Javi. Madam Deputy Clerk, please read zoning item C into the record.
First reading of proposed ordinance granting a variance to allow an existing accessory building with a floor area of 832 square feet, where the maximum floor area allowed is 500 square feet pursuant to Hialeah Code of Ordinance, Section 98-1666, for property located at 7200 West 11th Court, Hialeah, Florida 33014. Hialeah zoned R3, multiple family, repealing all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith, providing penalties for violation hereof, providing for a severability clause, and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Item 8C is on first reading, not open to public discussion, but certainly open. Are you the registered lobbyist, sir, for this
I
representative?
have a power of attorney from the owner. Yes, my name is Julio Perez. My address is 16160 Southwest 107. Place.
Just one moment. Is that Madam Attorney? With the power of attorney?
It's in the backup.
Thank you. Yeah, would you like to speak on the?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Just recently we signed the covenant of restrictions, and that was submitted to Yumai Oliva just today. And we're in the process of cleaning up the site, which has some debris that was part of the agreement towards approval.
Thank you. Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Julio Perez for the project? No?
Is this?
Easy money, sir.
Sorry, is this
Go
a
ahead.
building?
Yes.
It's a building. And what exactly are we doing here?
So it's a variance to the zoning code to allow an accessory building to be larger than 500 square feet. The building as it is right now, it's roughly 885 square feet. It's used by the property owners to store appliances. It's a big multifamily residential. The owners, to my understanding, they bought it like that. And they're in the process of bringing it up to code.
Excuse me, through the chair.
Mhm.
It's
You
just
got
like a storage room.
Mhm.
It's just like, what do you have in there? Just like
Appliances, chairs, furniture, that kind of
nothing to
stuff.
cook, nothing
No,
for bathroom, nothing like that. All right, yeah. And it's approved through zoning and the regulations. I'm fine with that. Motion to approve.
Thank you, ma'am. We have a motion to approve from Councilwoman Monica Perez. Item 8C.
Second.
Thank you. Second motion from Councilman Willie Marrero. Madam Deputy Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Marrero,
Yes.
Ms. G. Perez.
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez. Ms. De La Vega,
Yes.
Ms. M. Perez.
Yes.
Mr. Zogby.
Yes.
Motion carries. The item is approved. Second reading and public hearing is scheduled for April 14, 2026 at 5:30 PM.
thank you very much.
See you then, sir. Have a good night. Item 8D, Madam Clerk, Deputy Clerk, please read into the record.
First reading of proposed ordinance granting variances to allow one north side setback of 0 feet where 5 feet 1 inch is required, and 2 0-feet landscape buffer facing East 47th Street, where a minimum of 7 feet landscape buffer is required. Contrary to Hialeah Code of Ordinance, Section 98-1372, 98-1706, and the Hialeah Landscape Manual updated July 2025, Section D, for the property located at 4698 East 10th Lane, Hialeah Zones M1 Industrial District, repealing all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith, providing penalties for violation hereof, providing for a severability clause, and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Zoning item 8D. Are you going to be speaking if necessary?
Yes.
Is that okay? And you are Marbella Hernandez?
Yes.
Moye
Yes.
de La Paz Gutierrez Jimenez? No, okay. Is that
Steve
okay?
Hernandez and my husband insisted on the Moy, so that was our trade-off.
Okay,
Yes,
beautiful.
yes.
Thank you. Does anyone have any, I'll have you identify yourself if anybody has any questions for you. Does anybody have any questions on this?
Through the
Okay,
chair.
yes, you've got it. So for the record, just name and address then so
Yes.
you can answer.
Marbelli Hernandez Moy, 13031 Northwest 5th Street, Plantation 33325.
Thank you so much. You've got the floor.
Thank you. So on this property, I just want to make sure, because one of the variances says 0 feet landscape, but then under the conditions, it says they must revise it to a minimum of 7 feet landscape. Are we?
I'm sorry, Mr. Levega, can you tell me, is it in number 2?
Yes. So I just want to know, are we approving this with the landscape? I would think,
It's with 7 feet landscape buffer in the
Yes.
front.
Claudia Fasbon, planning and zoning official. So basically the setback is to one side, but they're providing landscaping on the other side. So to the south is with landscaping, is to the east that they're not providing any setback because there is an existing wall that it will remain in the property.
okay, because there's a wall. And what's on the other side of the wall? Just curious.
So that wall is one of the 4 walls of the building.
Okay.
So that wall is one of the 4 walls of the building. That wall faces East 47th Street. There is,
A sidewalk? Is there a sidewalk?
there's not a sidewalk. So if you look at number C where it says the swale area, so essentially it's a swale that people from the area use as parking. I know one of the concerns from the zoning was not to use that as parking, and that's why where that building is, it's essentially 2 properties. One's vacant, one's that act like it's just land. The other one is where the building is. So we're doing 7 parkings there instead of 3. That's required to make sure that there's enough parking for anyone that were to come.
And will we put a sign or something that says no parking on the swale?
I believe there is, yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Thank you.
If I may, through the chair?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you done?
Yes, I
am. Did this property get like any fines for like the boats and the RVs and everything that's parked there? Is there some,
Yes, there are building violations and there are code violations as well for this property
okay.
because it was registered as an unsafe structure and then there were an additional code violations as well.
And is that something that they've already brought up to code?
They are under a code.
No,
Yes.
the objects that are on the property. Do you know if that's been removed? If any of the debris
The
that was there?
compliance is still, the case is still open because it is an unsafe structure. So by doing this, they're going to be curing those violations.
Okay. Is the property rented?
As far as just because, making sure of some concerns, because you said boats, and I just want to make sure you're looking at a picture of our property, because I don't think there's
4698 East 9th Court,
East, no, it's
No?
East 10.
East 10th.
That's, I know there's no boats.
Okay.
And it's essentially a warehouse. It's for storage. My parents down the street have a junkyard. And so there they keep some of the parts, and that's where some of the storage is taking place. If you're looking at an old Google picture, you might see.
Estilo aluminio, is it that?
No.
Is this what you're
Um,
looking at?
If you would like, I could go around.
4698 East 10th Court, right?
East
Why does
10th
it keep
Lane.
on changing?
East 10th Lane.
Every time I copy.
So I
and
just know
paste
there's no
it-
boats there, so that's why I was. But if there are any pictures, if maybe you're looking at a Google picture, maybe an older picture, in order to get into compliance,
Is it this one?
we have taken all the cars out and are just
What
currently
one
through the
is?
building process and now doing this in order to get in compliance. Everything's been removed.
This is the wall at the time. But what's all of this?
Vehicles storing, that they were storing vehicles.
And all of this?
No, that is not.
It's up to this line. So all of this can't, and here they can't park either.
No.
It looks like there's like vehicles that like are crashed here.
Yes.
So what is this property being used for? Like what's the business?
It's a storage, so down the street starting on East 10th Court through East 10th Lane, where the bridge is from like Hialeah to Northwest. My parents have a junkyard there. So this is one of the separate bays that they have that they store doors, bumpers, and just other parts that's what's used as storage. Sometimes they had on the other side as well, because it was open, they had cars, but that has been taken out because we are through code enforcement and through building, trying to do everything. Those cars have been removed because we're trying to get into compliance. But in order to finish the building, we need this zoning aspect to
Okay.
get the variance.
All right, perfect. Thank you. No further questions. I don't know.
Any other questions for the applicant? Otherwise, pleasure of the council on 8D.
Motion to approve.
Motion from Councilman Luis Gonzalez and second from Councilwoman Jaylene Perez. Please call the roll.
Ms. G. Perez, Mr. Gonzalez, Ms. De La Vega,
Yes.
Ms. M. Perez,
Yes.
Mr. Zogby.
Yes.
Mr. Marrero.
Yes.
Motion carries. The item is approved. Second reading and public hearing is scheduled for April 14th, 2026 at 5:30 p.m.
See you
Thank you.
then.
Have a good evening.
Thank you. Is that Rastro 103?
That is Rastro
Oh my
103.
God.
Yeah, that is.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. All right. Zoning item 8E, Madam Deputy Clerk.
First reading of proposed ordinance granting variances, one, to allow an existing accessory building with floor area 881 square feet, and two, to allow the existing accessory structure to exceed 35% of the building, where the maximum floor area allowed for an accessory structure is 500 square feet, and where the maximum accessory structure size allowed is 35% of the size of the main building pursuant to Hialeah Code of Ordinance, Section 98-1666 for the property located at 640 East 60th Street, Hialeah zoned R1, single family. Repealing all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith, providing penalties for violation hereof, providing for a severability clause, and providing for an effective date.
All right. Zoning item 8E is on first reading, not open for public discussion, but certainly open to questions from the council for the applicant or our zoning director. Does anybody have any questions for the applicant? Who's going to be speaking? Do you want to just say your name and address for the record in case there are any questions?
Nervis Lopez, 11450 Southwest 59th Terrace, Miami, Florida, 33173.
Okay, give me 1 second. Madam Attorney.
The property owner.
He's the owner. I'm my brother. I'm just translating.
Elsa, are you Elsa?
Yes, I'm Orlando right there.
Okay. Is that okay if she speaks for her? She's in her company? Thank you. Okay, does anyone have any questions for the applicant or for our zoning director? I guess it's a storage shed in the yard,
Yes.
right? Yeah, okay. You're trying to get it legalized. Okay.
Yes.
No, through the chair.
Yes, ma'am.
Just making sure, no efficiency,
No,
just
No.
storage.
yes.
Motion?
Motion from Council Vice President Melinda de la Vega. Second from Councilwoman Jaylene Perez. Please call the roll.
Ms. De La Vega,
Yes.
Ms. M. Perez,
Yes.
Mr. Zogby,
Yes.
Mr. Marrero,
Yes.
Ms. G. Perez, Mr. Gonzalez. Motion carries. The item is approved. Second reading and public hearing is scheduled for April 14th, 2026 at 5:30
Thank you so
p.m.
much.
See you then. You're halfway there. Thank you. Okay, let's see what we got. Item 8F, zoning item 8F, Madam Deputy Clerk.
First reading of proposed ordinance granting variances to allow 1, 6 parking spaces where 11 spaces are required. 2, 1 parking space to back out onto the right of way where backing out is not permitted. 3, 0% pervious area where 10% pervious area is required. And 4, 0 feet landscape buffer between off-street parking and West 8th Avenue, and where a minimum of 7 feet landscape buffer is required. Contrary to Hialeah Code of Ordinance, Section 98-2189, Section 98-2190, and the Hialeah Landscape Manual updated July 2025, Sections D and E, granting a partial waiver of the minimum landscape requirements through the landscape mitigation pursuant to Section 98-2235 for the property located at 2440 West 8th Avenue, Hialeah Zoned M1 Industrial District. Repealing all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith, providing penalties for violation hereof, providing for a severability clause, and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Item 9, zoning item 9F is on first reading, not open for public discussion. But certainly open for our discussion if intended, just to get something clear. You are who, ma'am?
Anneli Figueredo is my dad, Osiel Figueredo.
I haven't.
Nelly
You said?
is the owner. We sent the paperwork today to the hearing.
And you're supposed to speak on their behalf? Are they registered,
Osiel Figueredo is
authorized?
the tenant.
He's a tenant. Okay, one moment.
I'm not sure if the applicant, the property owner, has submitted a power of attorney
We did today.
document to the city.
You,
Do you know of anything? Claudia, oh, okay.
is that in the initial backup, Claudia?
No.
No.
Oh, that's what you meant? Okay.
Yeah.
And you're Nelly de Paz.
No, that is the owner.
And,
I'm
okay,
his daughter.
who's,
Shouldn't,
what name is authorized?
yeah, so Nelly De Paz, this is our corporation under her name. That she is, the president of the corporation Monel Investment LLC. Okay.
And it's authorizing means there, yes.
Ociel Figueroa,
Yeah.
Figueredo, is that the person before the city
That's him,
council today?
yes.
Okay. However, this document that's being provided that is signed by Nelly De Paz is legally insufficient in that it is not notarized by a notary registered in the state of Florida. So that's what I have here. Is there another one? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have an additional document that's been presented that is in fact legally sufficient. And the granting to speak on behalf of the applicant is being granted, it's being given only to Ociel Figueroa.
Okay, does that mean, are you speaking for him? Because he's the only one authorized. Does he speak English? Habla inglés? No, okay. Can she speak?
She could just
for him?
translate
Yeah,
for whatever
okay.
it is.
All
he
right,
wants to say.
thank you.
You're welcome.
And tell me your name again.
My name is Annalie.
Go ahead, I'm sorry, go ahead and.
Annalie Figueredo.
Annalie, okay. Annalie Figueredo, okay. And you live there at 70, no, at the
No.
2400?
No, that's a business.
Okay. Oh, this is a business. Excellent. Does anybody have any questions for the applicant, for Claudia on 8F?
Through the chair.
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to know is what business is going here?
An adult daycare.
An adult daycare. Okay. And so looking at it now, I see that there is 10 parking spaces right now. What are you eliminating? How? Because I see there's only going to be 6 parking spaces.
I see 8.
You have 4 on this side, 4 on the other side, and then 2 in front of the doors.
I think that's just.
Yeah, kind of. And then the other question was, I thought we did not permit back out parking. And then the other question is the landscape buffer. I wanted to address those 3.
Okay, I'm sorry, what was the first issue? I'm sorry.
The first question was the parking spaces.
Okay, so they're eliminating because they are leaving only 1 parking space to back out into the street. So the other 5 parking spaces are basically doing the right movement. So that's why the request is to include a variance for that 1 parking space backing out into the street. But by doing that, they're reducing to 6 parking spaces instead of the 10.
Why do they need a back out parking space? Just looking at what I see now, why do you need a back?
Because if not, they will be eliminated even 1 more parking space. So instead of having 6, they will have 5. If we don't allow them to back out that parking spaces, they will lose it.
Is a back out parking space a different?
Yes, it's a different layout. Can I
Yes,
show you this?
I guess because one of the parking spaces is taken up by the dumpster.
That's what I'm saying. Yep. Yep, I see that. What's here? Oh, parallel.
Sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
And it's even less.
Since this is a quasi-judicial in nature, all council members must be privy to the
Okay.
conversation.
Sorry, my question, I was just looking it up on Google Earth and there's 4 parking spaces. So I guess they're removing those 4 to make 1 parking. I guess that's why I didn't understand why.
Right, so instead of having 4 parking spaces backing out into the street, now they're gonna have only 1 parking space backing out, and the other ones are gonna be arranged so they can back out in a correct way facing the street whenever they're coming out of the property.
Okay.
And the buffer, basically, since they're adding those parking spaces, there is not a space for the landscaping buffer, so they will limit, well, they don't have it, so they
So
will
they're
use it as.
extending this way, right? Because right now
Outside.
there's trees and grass there.
I think that's
Not
the
in this
other
property,
properties.
not,
The other
not in this
property?
property, no.
That's the other property
Yeah,
next door.
not in this property.
Right, front?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right here.
Okay.
And this is the elevation.
It's where you went on front.
So they have no buffer right now.
No,
Okay, so it is what it is. That is what they have now. Okay, that's fine. And the other question was just, yep, that's it. That was my questions.
Okay, and there's no grass. So there'll be no grass, right? Is what she said?
I think that they have no grass right now.
Yeah.
They have nothing, and now that is the other variance. Basically, it's a 0 pervious area where 10 is the minimum required. So there is nothing right now, but they never granted a variance for that.
And I'm sorry, through the chair,
Yes.
do they have like an adult daycare van that's gonna be driving people in and out?
Que si tienes un van de adulto que va a entrar y salir de ahí.
Sí. Entrar y salir, pues yo tengo mucho
Yes.
más parqueo. Yo tengo.
Solo me preguntaron eso.
Ah,
Yes, so, yes, in and out.
But see, then they're looking to park somewhere else. 'Cause he said they
Yeah.
have more parking other places.
Yeah, we're parking somewhere else.
But somewhere else in another
We have,
business?
yeah, to have 2 different, 2 other locations. So all the buses stay at one location, at the main one.
Okay. Thank you.
Claudia, is this recommendation for us to eliminate more of their parking spaces just to accommodate the dumpster? Or is it more just for the backup parking? Because we're taking away more of their parking spaces. I'm seeing 4 and 4, which one of them has the dumpster, plus the 2 in the front, so it's like 10.
It's a
So-
it's a combination of things, correct? So it's not only just to accommodate the dumpster, but as you can see over here. let's see
I don't know if by doing this, we're making it harder for them, and then what's gonna end up happening is they're gonna start parking their cars other places, no? Because we're giving them less parking, we're making it more difficult.
My understanding of the application is that they don't have as many parking because there is adult daycare, so they don't drive to the location.
Right.
That is my understanding.
But they have
So-
employees.
Right, exactly, but it's with the 5 parking spaces is more than sufficient for the size of the,
How many
the dog.
participants are there?
None right now, so we,
What's the capacity of your
around
location?
50.
50? And you only need 5 employees for 50 adult daycares?
We need 6 per,
Right. So you need a lot more employees than that.
most of them, they don't even drive, to be honest, because,
The employees?
yeah,
How do they get to their job?
the Uber,
Okay,
that's what they're doing now.
okay. I don't know.
Yes, ma'am.
And Claudia, just after this, because I know, whatever, or what we have now in place is what we have now in place. I just kind of maybe maybe one of these days we can just sit to understand, especially like this is a good example, why we get rid of 4 parking spaces to do 1 parallel one or 1 backup one. I just want to understand that. I'm okay because we're going through what we allow now. That's fine, but moving forward, I just kind of want to understand.
understood, understood.
Because, parking is an
Yeah.
issue.
Yeah.
Thank you. Motion.
We have a motion from Council Vice President Melinda de la Vega for item
Item.
9,
Thank you.
EF. I don't know where I am. And we have a second from Councilwoman Jaylene Perez. Please call the roll.
Ms. M. Perez,
Yes.
Mr. Zogby,
Yes.
Mr. Marrero,
Yes.
Ms. G. Perez, Mr. Gonzalez, Ms. De La Vega?
Yes.
Motion carries. The item is approved. Second reading and public hearing is scheduled for April 14, 2026 at 5:30 PM.
See you then. Buenas
I'm
noches.
sorry, can I get Miss Annalise' address? I'm sorry? 8515? 176. Thank you.
Thank you. Unless anyone has anything to add, the meeting of March 24th, council meeting of March 24th, the city of Hialeah is now officially adjourned at 6:10 PM.